This is our golden moment. The government of the United States calls for every able-bodied colored man to enter the Army for the 3-year service and join in fighting the battles of liberty and the Union. A new era is open to us. For generations, we have suffered under the horrors of slavery, outrage, and wrong. Our manhood has been denied. Our citizenship blotted out. Our souls seared and burned. Our spirits cowed and crushed. And the hopes of the future of our race involved in doubt and darkness. But now, the whole aspect of our relations to the white race is changed. Now, therefore, is our most precious moment. Let us rush towards Bill now, and our race is doomed. On this, the soil of our birth. We must now awake, arise, or be forever fallen. If we value liberty, if we wish to be free in this land, if we love our country, if we love our families, our children, our home, we must strike down while the country calls. Must rise up in the dignity of our manhood and show by our own right arms that we are worthy to be free men. Men of color, all races of men, the Englishmen, the Irishmen, the Frenchmen, the German, the American, have been called to assert their claim to freedom and a manly character by an appeal to the sword. The day that has seen an enslaved race in arms has in our history seen their last trial. We can now see that our last opportunity has come. If we are not lower in the scale of humanity than Irishmen, Englishmen, white Americans, and all the races, we can show now. Men of color, brothers and fathers, we appeal to you by all your concern for yourselves and your liberties, by all your regard for God and humanity, by all your desire for citizenship and equality before the law, by all your love for the country, to stop at no subterfuges. Listen to nothing that shall deter you from rallying for the army. Right now, and you are henceforth and forever free men.
mean, if you want to be your last meal, you can go right ahead and help yourself.
Where are
Now, you can't give me that fabric over there so I can finish up this thing for mom.
Go get that fabric.
Where are the ladies at, James? Maybe we get it, they won't be gone before they get back.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well, first, the ladies went to pick flowers for the table tonight. Second, when they do come back, I'm still going to be here. And I'm telling you, I'm not dying for your sister. Now, I can offer you a glass of water.
Hey, why don't you do that, James? Look, fellas, I'm glad we can all laugh and be a little bit upbeat because I just don't know. It doesn't seem like there's so much to laugh about. I mean, James, you got a boy going off the war tomorrow. And as far as I'm concerned, that boy don't need to be involved in this war.
Let me tell you something. I was over to the dry goods the other day. The talk is around town that a bunch of colored folks gonna get some guns and go kill some white folks down south. Now you know it sounds to me like they ain't happy about the idea of cutting down guns. And you know.
Now look, it's always easy to see things with blinders on when you've been looking freedom in the face. I mean, when it's always been right in front of you. It's easy to not see those who have no freedom when they always been around you, not in front. Now, I talk to Miles, and when you talk to young people, they help you see the world with a greater clarity. You know, he showed me that I need to stop looking at what only I have. And when I did that, I was able to see what he feels.
Look, James, you know I love that boy like he's my own. But as far as I'm concerned, that boy don't need to be involved in this war. He does not know what he's doing. And as far as I'm concerned, he hasn't been down the roads that we've been down.
Yes, sir. And that's just it. The roads we've been down. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. You can't go here. You're not welcome there. You're different, black, and human. He doesn't understand that. And I don't want him to. He wants to start a new road for himself, his family, and his people. And as far as I'm concerned, when he took up Douglas's invitation for men of color to take up arms, he started that road.
I see your point, James. But if the Carolinas want to split from the Union, we should let them. Why should the good people of New York fight for them rascals?
Because they won't let our people go. They don't want to leave the Union because they want self-rule. They just want to keep building, farming, and harvesting the good life for whites on the backs of black slaves. Now, if my boy is wrong for wanting to stop that, let me tell you, he's just going to have to be wrong.
James Moore, I thought you were really a man of reason. We have no business going down there. Those aren't my people. I wasn't born down south. I was born here free. You were born here free.
Now, hold it.
We all were born here in New York.
Hold it. I don't know where you were born. All I know is one day you showed up and married my sister-in-law.
Look, I resent that remark. Every time we bring up something about when somebody was born, there's always a smart remark from you, James. How many times have I told you? I am Caesar Barr, born son of Cornelius and Maggie Barr, who were born in England, came over to Philadelphia, where they were free people.
Yeah, I heard that story, and you're free. But my son is wrong for wanting to help millions of other Negro slaves have that same freedom that you have. I'd like to see you try and go to some of these white churches tomorrow, Caesar Barr. We'll see how much freedom you have.
I don't have to stay and hear all that sarcasm.
Come on, fellas, let's change the subject so we can keep the friendship, please.
Look, all I'm saying is the war is here, and we can do what we can. I mean, I can't go, but I'm not going to tell my son that he can't go when he knows why and what he's going for.
True. Look, now you know I'm not going. But this is the thing. I'm still on the subject of you questioning who I am. Every time we talk about where somebody was born, it's always, oh, Caesar, we don't know where you were born. I think it's because your people were born here and mine weren't. Is that it? You think you're better than me because of that, James?
Now look, I always get this strange feeling you trying to hide something. Because you always get so all fired angry when somebody mentions they was born and reared free in these parts.
That's true.
Yeah. But look, I just don't like the way that there's always some kind of remarks about where I was born. It's like you guys don't believe me or something.
Now, Joe, did you hear me question where he was born?
Not really. I think we better be going.
Yeah, I know I better go. I might decide not to come to this dinner tonight.
Look. Caesar Bar, son of Cornelius and Manny. You are my friend. And you are welcome to come to the farewell dinner tonight for my son, who is your nephew.
Oh, here comes
Lord knows somebody's going to be in a world of trouble if one crumb has been touched in that kitchen. Well, man, I do think they learned the last time they did that.
Honey, fellas just came over to see if I needed any help getting Miles packed.
Now, Judd, I hope you didn't let my Caesar go on food to go bother their food.
Oh, no, Pauline. You was the one who told them let that concentration in our mind.
Yeah, that's right. I even gave some of these brothers some of the good book on that.
You did what?
I told them look coming off of Joe's face, he looked at those wonderful pies and cakes. It was a look straight from the pit. And just when James was about to cut a slice of that pie, I said, resist the devil.
Caesar, I think it's time for you to resist that devil and tell you not to fix our front door.
You know, fellas, that's why I love this woman so much. Because she knows a good book. Now the Bible says that you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And see, Pauline knows that the truth be me.
I do believe we have a dinner to finish preparing for, and time is getting away from us.
Y'all go ahead and get that dinner ready, because I'm really going to...
Boy, I thought dinner was ready already.
Hey, boy. Hey, Miles, you just about finished packing?
Yeah, I'm almost done.
You almost finished, huh? Look, we'll see you guys tonight. Son, you finish packing up, and we'll be going so we can get ready for this dinner. Come on, Joe, let's go.
Okay, let's see you later.
All right, take care.
I see you when I get to the something made, Caesar. I need you to help me fold some napkins and iron some paper.
Have a seat, son. So how you feeling now it's getting close to your time to leave?
I'm doing fine. This tent you made ought to come in awful handy.
Yeah, it's fun to sleep out under the stars, but I thought you might need this just in case there's no lodging.
Yeah, I can't wait to get my uniform and drum. Those bears better look out when we come stepping down with our uniforms and drums.
I hope you realize you might be stepping through cannon shot, swinging sabers, and some bayonet charging reds.
Yeah, I realize that. But when I think about how they treat our people for so many years, that'll spur me on.
You know, it's not easy for your mother and I to see you go off like this. I mean, of the 3 children we had, you're the only one to survive. But we couldn't stop. See, when you were born, we dedicated you to God. And we feel that this war is God's way of bringing freedom to our people. We couldn't stop you from doing God's work. Boy, I just can't believe how my son has grown up so. And now he's off to make his mark on the world. You know, when I looked in your eyes that night 12 years ago, I knew you'd be a special person.
Well, that's not hard when you have a father like you. I've seen you do your best at whatever you work on.
Well, son, I don't know what's going to become of you in this war. But I do know one thing. Wherever you go and whatever you do, God's going to take care of you. He's that kind of God.
Dad, I remember a lesson from Sunday school. And God said to Isaiah, "Whom shall I send? And who will go for me?" And Isaiah said, "Here am I, send me." I know God will take care of me. Dad, do you think Mom will mind me bringing one more person to dinner tonight?
No, she shouldn't. Who you got in mind?
I met a guy that's leaving for Junction tomorrow who says he's looking for some runaway slaves that might settle in these parts.
I don't know if any runaways in these parts. What's this guy's name, anyway?
Jupiter Calhoun.
I tell you what, when you see Jupiter, you tell him he's welcome.
The cannons will fire, The cry and yell of the children and dying will be in the air. But if you stop and listen, you will hear the quiet, small voice of your friend opposing you in prayer. I can't know when this war will end and eternity is in. But I will pray that God will keep you. And should it take you, I will meet you in eternity.
We're glad to see that so many people have come out tonight to see off my son Miles and his new friend, Jupiter Calhoun, to go join the 54th Massachusetts Regiment in Boston. Now, Mr. Calhoun, you know, you told some great stories at dinner time. How about you tell us something about what you saw in the war on your way up north?
Well, you know, this is the year of Jubilee. Mr. Lincoln has declared this year Jubilee for our people. Now there'll be some out there that don't want the word to be denied. That's why we as colored men must rise up and demand, let our people go. Is there Moses in the house?
Now look, Kyle, you want to preach or you want to tell us what you've seen? If you have seen anything.
Well, I got tired working from sun up to sundown. I decided when Christmas come around, I was going to run off. That way I get a head start. I left the Calhoun Plantation in Winsburg County, South Carolina. There's some folk down there that say that boy ran off about 5 years ago. If I would see him up here in these parts, they'll give him a message.
Well, what was his name in the message?
You know, Miss Moore, that tie, I sure was a compliment you. Sure helped the man tell his story.
Now, Mr. Calhoun, we had plenty of pile-up, and since we want to hear the rest of your story, let me get you a slide.
Now, where was I?
You were rambling on and then you got hungry for some pop. Just get on with your story.
Yeah, that's you're right, you're right. I don't want to be preaching, I just want to tell my story. These people down at the Calhoun Plantation, thank you very much. I'll put it over here and top it. These people over at the Calhoun Plantation, they said that their boy, his name be Cicero Barr. He left about 5 years ago, ran off, and he was supposed to come back and fly their freedom. That was the last we heard until one of the slaves in the big house said that the boy might have died, escaped. Then we heard again that another slave heard that an abolitionist from up in Philadelphia had wrote to the master saying the humane thing to do was to let the boy's mama come be with him. Now, that was the last we heard until approximately the boy didn't hear no more. Then the master, he got sick, was on his sick bed there for a while. And he wrote back to Philadelphia to these Quakers concerning the boy's mama coming to Philadelphia. And the Quakers wrote back and saying that the boy had left abruptly for a matter. And that he had some friends that he went with. Now that was the last we heard. You know, I'm sure I'm getting a dry throat telling this story.
You relax, Pauline. I will give Mr. Calhoun something.
Well, that's mighty nice of you, mister. I believe I didn't get your name.
I don't think I'm feeling too well. I need to go home and get some shut-eye. Thanks for the dinner.
Buddy, you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. You just stay here and enjoy the rest of the fun. Bye.
Well, I hope you're feeling better in the morning. Like to see that Zion Junction.
I wouldn't count on it. No, look, I've told you people time and time again that I want to appreciate that our fine businessmen and our farmers and our fine young men like this boy Miles here who built this community are going off to fight some white man's war. Freedom.
What do you think we should do? We should stand idly by when we can loose the shackles of slavery ourselves?
Look, if it was my family in shackles, hey, if it was my family, then maybe okay. But why should the rest of these men in here go fight what is possibly an unwinnable war? Now, y'all seen what they done, those brothers done to the Union already down here. Now, what do you think they're going to do to a bunch of silly darkies in Union? That's utter nonsense, and I don't even want to think about it.
Well, Sister Rosebuck, you don't want to think about a lot of things.
What do you mean?
Like how you abandoned your mama and your daddy. After promising them that you'd come back and buy their freedom. They died, boy. They died waiting for you to come back.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
How long you been up here, Sister Rosebuck? About 5 years ago. Show them the scar when you left off. I'm sure you tried to get rid of that CD brand that they put on you.
Look, Jupiter Calhoun, you got some nerve. I'm okay. You got some nerve to come here to my nephew's farewell party and ruin it with your wild stories. All these people here know who I am. What we don't know is who you are. Oh, of course you just came up here to join up the Union Army. Look, I better get out of here before I hurt someone.
Now,
I think I better go see if he's all right.
Mom, I'm sorry. And I come to upset your dinner. I think I'll be leaving.
You really shouldn't be. Besides, you can't sleep at the junction all night. Besides, you can tell my family and friends that's on to help you get here all the way from Carolina. You know, the year of Jubilee.
Oh, that's right. Well, it was like this. It was the 25th of December, and I ran. While they were dancing and singing and drinking, I was packing and getting away. By the time I got to Virginia on the 3rd of January, I heard Mr. President Abraham Lincoln had declared slavery over. That's where a song came to my mind. And it goes a little like this.
arrived late. See this young lad off, this brave lad on the crest of the way. I will be giving a prayer tomorrow down at the Junction. But Miles, I just wanted you to know, son, I'm proud of you. Just as proud of you as your mother and father. You know, I've seen God move in and through this boy. Tell you, God's got something special planned for you. But, you know, I just wanted you to know that God goes with you wherever you go, son. You know, when Mr. Douglas gave that invitation, nobody moved. And I thought nobody in our little fellowship understood the severity of what the hour was as a people. Oh, but then that young man took that first step. Sometimes all it takes is one person to step forward for freedom. And I saw God begin to move through the hearts of other men when they was just sitting there, trying to make up their minds. And y'all know, my daddy ran off from South Carolina a long time ago. But he taught me a song and it stuck with me. It was a song he said his mother sang when she'd be driven off from the Calhoun plantation to be sold down to Mississippi. May the Lord watch between you and me while we're apart, so far apart.
You know, I can't believe that Jupiter Calhoun would come and ruin Miles' farewell dinner like that. The nerve of that. So,
well, you know, Caesar, you start to put two and two together, it makes you kind of think.
think what? Now is my own wife going to believe some runaway slave with his crazy stories? That I'm a runaway slave?
What am I supposed to believe? You showed up here 5 years ago with a scar on your left shoulder that you say comes from accidentally being burned, and you leave in a fit of anger? What am I supposed to believe?
No.
Look, I want you to know if you are that man he says you are or not, I still love you because I saw you 5 years ago when I didn't know your name. You are still my man.
I am that man you met 5 years ago. But, look, I can't talk about it tonight, okay? Just maybe in the morning we can talk about it.
Very well. Good night.
Good night.
You can talk about it in the morning.
You said you would come back for us, and you never did.
I waited for you until death became the wait for a view.
Cicero, wake up!
I met you almost 5 years ago in a railroad, but you ran off in Philadelphia.
Moses? Harold Tubman. How'd you get in here?
I've been talking to one of my people in the railroad, and they say you talking against the gathering tomorrow. You haven't changed since you ran off in Philadelphia. That time we lost 25 people to the slave catchers who stumbled on my group, all because they were chasing you. Only because you worried about yourself. That seems to be your way. Only worry about Cicero. That's why your people died in Carolina, because you forgot about them and only worried about yourself.
No. See, you don't understand. I had to run to Philadelphia. Those slave catchers were right on my back.
I told you that if you didn't hear from me, stay put. They always put lies out in the underground to find places. They use people like you who are worried about their hide and nobody else. I kill people like you who cause others their freedom. I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to let you live with the guilt and shame that you had for being selfish. Remember 25 dead, your mom and daddy crying out from the grave? Our son left us and never turned back to get us. You need to pray for vision tonight so you can get the blood of those people off your hands. This is just a bit with the 25 Nat Turner wants you to know that this vision is to simply open your understanding about the task before us of men of color.
I have sent you. You must turn and repent of your selfish ways. For our people to be free, there must be a great sacrifice by all our people. But most of all, our men. We ought to be the power and strength of our people. Freedom will not come to us, but we must surely lead them out as Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt. I tell you, as a man who has revolted against the horrors of slavery, there is fear for those who lead. But there is also strength from the high that goes before us. Trust that strength, not your own. I urge you to get up tomorrow and join with us that the mighty spirit be moved. It'll be moving in Alabama, it'll be moving in Maryland. Wherever we stand up as men and trust in our God that the spirit be moving. Caesar, to make up for what you have done and neglect, you need to be part of the mighty spirit that's moving through the land.
This boy said that this task before us was a calling from God. And by God, this boy was so right. I mean, we're just like the Israelites. When Moses came to, God came to Moses and he said, I'm tired of my people in slavery. And I'm tired of my people in bondage. He said, go tell Pharaoh, let our people go. Yeah. So we as men of color, we have to do the same thing. We have to go tell the white man Pharaoh to let our people go. Yeah. That's right. I'm that Cicero bar that Mr. Calhoun talked about. And I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud that I left my mother, my father, and my family in slavery, all so that I could be free. But now is the opportunity for me to give back something to them. Amen. And I think we all owe something to those who paved the pathway before us.
Y'all know we all have mixed emotions as we send these men out into battle. But yet we sense and feel the presence of Almighty God as we gather. Amen. For you see, this is that hallowed ground where my daddy and the few souls that escaped from the jaws of slavery, they knelt and they prayed and they thanked God for freedom. And so we send these out today with a prayer that many might be free to taste that sweet freedom that was found right here at Junction. For as long as one man is a slave, no man is truly free. And so God, we ask you to speed that day and speed the cause of freedom. But what the prophet said would come to pass, that everybody shall be exalted. Every mountain and hill shall be exalted. All the crooked places shall be made plain, and the rough places shall be made Please come forward. I believe that we have seen the graduation from just having a youth Black History program to that which we can say has become, I don't think you can go to some of the theaters around Philadelphia and see something more meaningful, more substance, and has a hook on history because it's based on the 54th Regiment from Massachusetts. And I'm excited about Reverend Cooper.
You know, it started one night in my house. I was just playing around with a song. My kids got excited about it, the year Jubilee. Then these other, songs, I said, let's make a play out of this. And it was funny because I remember the first night I was excited about the dream sequence. I ran over Reverend Green's house to get Paul and tell him, look, I need the messages to sign for this. I said, I got this whole play figured out. And it's funny because it started way back, I guess, this past summer. And I'm just excited that the young people came out. We've been going at it since November. We first started working on the songs. And ever since November, we've been working at it. And I'm really excited about how the young people perform tonight and the adults in our crowd. And it was funny because, as always, you say, boy, you don't know what's going to happen. But it seems like the Lord just works, and people get their minds and just come and allow God to work through them to do the best that they can do. So I'd like to thank some people that work with us closely. First, I'd like to thank my wife because she hasn't seen me on Friday since November. And my children who get into these things with me and get just as enthusiastic as I can and want to be a part of it too. And they wanted to be in this play, and they ran around the house singing these songs with me. And I also like to thank Sister Elsie, Reverend Adams, Sister Shirley Solomon, and Sister Ethel Johnson, and Sister Maynard, because that was like our staff of people who helped with the publicity, who helped with the costumes, the set design, and we just had this nucleus of people. We met here and there when we could to get this thing going, and we all worked together, and I thank God for people who cooperated together, who came out each and every time we had meetings, just to bring together a program so that people could be excited about what our heritage is. You know, I talk to my children in school, and I try to instill in them that there's a need for everyone to have a story. And so, for those that I teach that don't have a story, I try to take these bits of African American history to tell them that they do have a story, they just haven't realized it. And I'm happy because one of my students, whose name is Janine, she's in my Black History Club, and what I try to do is teach my Black History Club students some of the songs that they can come and participate. So I do have one of my students here from the Duffy Elementary School, so I'm excited about that. Then I'd like to thank my pastor, because he lets us just tear this place up once a year and do whatever we can do to change it from a sanctuary to a stage set. And the only thing he asks is that we put it back together. I'd like for each and every one of the young people to come out and take another bow for the SES out. And I'd like to thank my drummer, Deacon John Adams, who came in and assisted with the drumming. Now, one other person who really helped me, because every February since I had published my book, I usually have to go in and out of town to do speaking engagements. So some Friday nights I couldn't be there, so I had my co-director, who was Tony Mercer. Will the messengers assigned come forward? This is a great group of people. I'd like to meet Avery, who was our Miles. And Jennifer, who plays Satara. My little people, right up front here, who sang that song so beautifully. We had Joy and Mark, can you step forward? Then we had May, who was played by Monet Presley. And I used to just love that line, because she always hit it just right. I swear, if nothing has been touched to this room. We had Leslie, who played Pauline. We had Larry Ginyard Jr., who played Father. We had Kyle, who played the character Joe. Then we had Jupiter Calhoun, who was John. And it's amazing how God can work to help a person get their line from Friday to Sunday. Then we had Brother Gordon, who was our soldier. Matt James Murray, who was Frederick Douglass. Tony Mercer as Caesar, or Caesar. Matt Turner, played by Maurice. Sid Crew was played by James Tribble. Candace and Harriet Tubman. Then we had my prop people, my voice people, Mr. Edward Adams, Cicero, Mr. Andrew Adams, who helped me with the singing. Then we had the preacher, who came in at the last minute for me, but I knew I needed a preacher that could preach, so we brought Reverend Sam Buck. All the way from the Great White North. And he also helped with our special effects. He was a special effects man for our father. And then I had my prop people. Now usually we'll let him come out and introduce the people, but this year we put him on the lights. Reverend Adams. That was the guy you heard in the background yelling at people. And I'd like to thank our sound people up in the sound booth. And the person responsible for our program, Mr. Douglas Nottis, who'd like to Reverend Adams said $2. Most of all, we'd like to thank you, the people who come out each and every year that we do our Black History Play. Thank you.